Hi guys, Teacher Amanda here, and today we're going to talk about 7 ways that you can improve your TOEFL score. So taking any test can be a really nerve-wracking experience, of course, but taking a test in a language other than your native one can cause you great anxiety, especially tests like TOEFL or IELTS, which have a lot riding on them. And that just means that many important things depend on succeeding with these kinds of tests. So, here are a few tips to help you with the TOEFL exam or any exam similar to it. So, first, and this one is pretty obvious, find every opportunity to expand your English knowledge. So, this one is what we would call a no brainer, which means you don't need to use your brain, which means it's obvious. But how to go about it, how to do it might not be. So, part of your studying should be doing things like studying the test itself and learning good test taking techniques. But another part of your studying should be finding ways to use and explore English as much as possible. For example, take any class conducted in or about English, even if it's not specifically geared to TOEFL, because, for example, conversation or presentation classes, those will help you with the speaking portion of the test. Grammar classes will help you improve your speaking and writing sections, even though there's not a grammar section on the test. And academic skills classes will help you with test taking skills, and they'll give you tips about reading and writing, reading more quickly under pressure, writing under pressure. Academic skills classes are great. Did you hear that? That's my dog. You can also read English language books or magazines to expand your vocabulary. You know that's very important, expanding your vocabulary. And then join an online or an in-person conversation partner program just to practice speaking English. If you're not in an English environment where you live, you can find a partner program online. Number 2, learn as much as you can about the test in general. So the TOEFL is administered by ETS, and that stands for Educational Testing Service, and they update the TOEFL information bulletin with the latest information. So find that at www.ets.org/TOEFL, and that is all linked on my website, teacheramanda.com. There's a link at the bottom, and in fact, all of these tips are listed. The text version is on my website. Number 3, familiarize yourself with the test format and direction. So specifically, what does the test look like? Take practice tests so that you understand the design and the style of the test and are familiar with the directions as well as the time constraints. In addition, you need to type your essays. So practicing typing on a keyboard with an English layout is really beneficial if you aren't doing that already. And you'll record your speaking section onto a microphone. So even practicing that will help you come test day. Number 4, study efficiently. Of course, you need to take time to study for the test. You know this. And studying consistently is more effective than cramming several hours into one day a week. So, consistency. Also, the 35-5 technique is really effective for when you need to study for something. 30 minutes of studying, 5-minute break, and then come back and 5 minutes of review of what you did in that 30 minutes, and maybe previewing what you're going to study in the next 30 minutes, and then repeat. Number 5, prepare your body and mind carefully in the days leading up to the test. This one might be obvious too, but if you exhaust yourself studying, you won't be in the best condition to take the test. So be sure you're getting enough sleep. Try to reduce your stress as much as possible in the weeks before the test, and that will help you. The night before the test, do not plan any activities and just make sure that you have all of your documents ready to go so that you're not scrambling for them in the morning. On the day of the test, wear comfortable clothing, make sure you eat something healthy and nourishing before the test, and then, of course, make sure that you arrive at the testing location with plenty of time, right? Number 6, use test time wisely. Don't get stuck on any one item in the reading and the listening sections. Since they're multiple choice, marking any answer works in your favor when you aren't sure, rather than leaving it blank. Do not leave anything blank. Rather than making a random guess for difficult items, see if you can narrow down your choices. If there are 4 choices, narrowing it down will help you. A 1 in 2 or a 1 in 3 odds are obviously much better than 1 in 4 odds. So use process of elimination. And lastly, combat test anxiety when you're there and you're taking the test and you're nervous. Of course, you're bound to be nervous with a test of this nature, but a little nervousness can make you more focused, can make you more alert, to make sure that you know that you're focused on what you're doing. However, if anxiety overcomes you, take a few seconds, take a couple of deep breaths, focus on your senses for just 5 seconds. What can you see? What can you smell? What can you hear in the space that you're in? This will help bring you back into the moment and away from worrying about the test. That's what your nervousness is. It's worrying, right? You need something to bring you back into the task at hand. So only take a few seconds, breathing, paying attention to your senses, and then get back to work. Okay? So these tips were inspired by The Complete Guide to the TOEFL Test by Bruce Rogers. It's a fantastic resource for prospective TOEFL takers. There is a link to purchase this book on my website, on this particular blog post on my website. It goes to Amazon. I don't get any of the money. It has nothing to do with me. It's just a good resource. If you would like some assistance in studying for the TOEFL exam with me, this is the textbook that I use with students, and I conduct one-on-one or 1-to small group study sessions and help sessions via online meetings like this, like you're watching right now. So you can email me, amanda@teacheramanda.com, for more information. Okay, that's it. I hope these 7 tips helped you, and I will see you next time. Bye.